Hello, my fellow patriots, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Box, aka The Box That Rocks, and you're watching Angela's Soapbox, where I say what you're thinking, and I do, trust me, all the time, all day, every day. Now, before we begin, let me get my Diet Coke with my plastic straw. Gotta love a plastic straw, don't you? Now, today's plastic straw is dedicated to Senator Kamala Harris, or as me and millions of Twitter followers know her as, #HeelsUpHarris. You know what I'm saying? I think you do. And I think Willie Brown knows what we're saying too. All right, now, fluff the hair. All right. Now, let's begin. So, a little bit of housekeeping, a little bit of a different backdrop. I'm experimenting with how this channel is going to look. I'm not technologically savvy at all, at all. I can barely use my iPhone. So this is a big deal for me. I have lots of lights and I have this backdrop, and you should see my apartment right now. It looks like a bomb went off, but the magic of television, right? Anyway, at some point I'm going to learn how to use the editing software and make everything cool and fun and all that. But in the interim, this is what you got. Now, today, we're going to be discussing three things. We're going to be talking about how President Trump is truly his best secret weapon. And I wrote about it this week at angelasoapbox.com, and I also wrote in redpillpundit.com, and I will link both articles down below. I would love the support. And then we're going to talk about the Hunter Biden interview, such as it was with ABC News, and I put news in quotations for obvious reasons. And then finally, we're going to get into the whole Lebron James China fiasco, which I kind of played a weird little part in my own little personal life, and I'll share what happened to me. But let's get into how Trump is his best secret weapon. Last week, we all got to witness two absolutely barn burner rallies that Trump put on, first in Minnesota and then in Louisiana, which, by the way, because Trump went to Louisiana, there was a special election the next day, and guess what? A whole bunch of Republicans won, and there's been a runoff forced with the no good governor of Louisiana, John Bel Edwards. So I predict that that's going to be a Republican win, and hallelujah for that. But press doesn't like to talk about that. But the rallies just once again shows that Trump is in his element when he is around his fellow patriots. And that's how he sees us. He doesn't see us as the little people or underlings. He sees us as his fellow Americans. And that's what's so amazing about Trump. That's why he connects with so many of us. He got up there and, just laid waste to the Democrats again about this whole impeachment just nonsense. And the impeachment nonsense, which they won't even vote on because they know it wouldn't go anywhere. This impeachment inquiry, such as it is just a cover-up for the Russia hoax. So the Ukraine hoax is a cover-up for the Russia hoax because the Democrats know damn good and well what's coming. They know that that Barack Obama, Jim Comey, Andrew McCabe, Peter Strzok, Lisa Page, Hillary Clinton, Nellie Orr, John, I can't think, the other Orr, Bruce Orr, all the Orrs were behind the Trump-Russia hoax. And for those of you who are not familiar with this, it's too much to get into. I'm not going to sit and repeat myself every 3 seconds like a certain talk show host does, who we all listen to, but it's enough already. You definitely need to read The Russia Hoax by Greg Jarrett if you're new to this whole thing. It's a great resource. But anyway, the reason Trump is his best secret weapon is because not only does he love his supporters and his fellow Americans, but he knows he did nothing wrong. He knows that he's in the right. And having the truth on your side is a really amazing thing. And being religious or not, the truth is the truth. And when you do good, it comes back to you. When you seek to do wrong, the laws of karma are gonna get you every time, and I don't care who you are. And the Democrats are starting to figure that out. They have no one that can match Trump's energy, his he doesn't seem to sleep, this man. He's like up at 3 a.m. on Twitter, hammering people. He's up at 4 a.m. on Twitter with his first thoughts of the day. And all those people that want him to quit Twitter are insane, because this is how he gets out his point of view to his supporters, the American people. And he knows that just like his family and the people that work for him, Trump supporters have been kicked and maligned and violently gone after. People have lost their jobs over being Trump supporters. So this is no joke. So when he comes to support us, we support him. And that's the bottom line. And every rally he does, he just gets stronger. And I think the next year or so going forward, we're going to see more and more rallies. He's going to be hitting them where they live. And it's a beautiful thing to watch. So I hope everyone enjoyed those rallies last week. Now let's get to the Hunter Biden interview with Amy Robach on ABC, or as I like to call her, Mrs. Andrew Shue. Long live Melrose Place. I love Andrew Shue, but I digress. Now, Hunter, who's grown a beard, which, again, full disclosure, I do like a man with a beard. So I like the look, Hunter. I like the look, but you're still a scumbag. And here's basically how the interview went. Now, we all know that the interview wasn't set up to get to the bottom of anything. The interview was set up to give Joe Biden cover and to just wipe this off the page and to say, nothing to see here, and this has all been cleared up, and Amy Robach did a great job, and you should have no more questions, America. Just nothing to see here. So I would like to do a dramatic interpretation of the Amy Robach interview. And I hope the lighting works for me, because the last few times I've tried to film it, it's gotten wonky, but we'll see how it goes. All right, here we go. Hunter, how much do you hate President Trump? Amy, I totally hate President Trump. He's like the worst ever. Hunter, did you do anything wrong when you took that money that your daddy set up for you in the Ukraine and China? Amy, I didn't do anything wrong, but I could totally see how that is a bad look. So I'm going to quit the boards I'm on, even though I did nothing wrong. Hunter, will you ever do anything like this ever again? Amy, as I said, it's not a good look to do what I did, because my name is Biden and I wouldn't have gotten anything in my life had it not been Biden. So no, I won't do it again. Okay, I think we're all done here. And scene. The lighting got all goofy, but you get the idea. It was a joke of an interview. Amy Robach and all of her fake journalistic cred just let Hunter Biden skate. And here's what she let him skate on. Here's the deal. Hunter Biden, through his father, got rich. The Biden family got rich. Now, the Bidens compared to the Clintons are absolute amateurs in pay-to-play and bilking governments for money to enrich themselves. I mean, let's be honest, the Clintons, there ain't nothing like the Clintons. Am I right? I'm right. But the Bidens kind of were like those undercover grifters that we didn't really even know about until now, until Rudy Giuliani and Trump came along and started getting affidavits from people. Here's the bottom line. If Hunter Biden did nothing wrong, why did he resign from any board whatsoever? Number one. Number two, how come if Hunter Biden didn't do anything wrong that Joe Biden, with the approval of Barack Obama, the hashtag first black president, how come Joe Biden had to threaten the Ukraine with withholding American money if the prosecutor looking into Burisma Holdings, which Hunter Biden sat on the board, was not fired? It's a little fishy. And again, why is it okay that you did it when your father was vice president and you got rich, but not when he's running for president? I mean, it just doesn't pass the smell test. But here's why the Democrats are not going to really come after Biden or Hunter about it. Again, this interview was just to kind of put it off the table. We're all done with this now. Nothing to see here. Hunter is he's just a great kid. He's a great kid and a great son, and he supports his daddy for president. Nothing to see here. But the reason the Democrats aren't really going to try and hit Biden on this is because they all do it. And probably a bunch of Republicans do it too. So this is what President Trump has been trying to do since day one. Drain the swamp. Drain the system, which makes someone who is worth about 100 grand coming into Washington, when they leave Washington, worth about 20 grand. 20 million, 20 grand, $20 million. There's something going on here that these people are getting rich from. And it's screwing over the American people in the process. So that's part of draining the swamp. But the Democrats, they're not going to touch Biden on this. They're going to try and get him on something else. Trust me. All right, now, finally, let's talk about LeBron James. And I'm gonna tread lightly because, the Twitter Nazis and probably the other Nazis that run social media are not big fans of what I am getting ready to say and what I said yesterday. So yesterday on Twitter, I had a really innocuous tweet that basically said, LeBron James and his idiotic wokeness has made him completely idiotic. And the fact that he stood by China as they run roughshod over their citizens in Hong Kong and on the mainland, run roughshod over their human rights and their basic ability to have freedom of expression. The fact that he stood by them instead of Daryl Morey, I don't follow sports, whatever the guy's name is, the Houston Rockets guy, is kind of mind-blowing to me. And how LeBron comes out and he's being all eloquent. I'm being eloquent now. People don't understand the repercussions of their words. Yeah, you have freedom of speech, but you never know how it's going to be seen. And you really shouldn't be surprised if one of the biggest human rights violators in the world doesn't like what you say. And of course, the NBA wants to make money, so they kowtow to China too. It's quite astonishing because LeBron James came from nothing. And through the sheer will of his talent, because it certainly wasn't his intelligence level, the sheer will of his talent, he has become one of the best basketball players of all time, arguably. For those of you that watch that stuff. Again, I don't really care. But for those of you who are into sports, so I hear LeBron James is pretty good. Okay? The point is he's become a multi-millionaire in America, and he came from nothing. And he stands with a repressive Chinese regime over his own country. He's one of these idiots that would kneel at the flag, just like Colin Kaepernick and the rest of those schmucks. And they have free speech, but the people in Hong Kong and China, they don't have free speech. But yet it's more important for him to kowtow to a communist regime than it is to stand with America. And I think it's disgusting. So I wrote a very innocuous tweet about it. And I tagged LeBron James on it. And within about 20 minutes, I got a notification saying that my Twitter account had been disabled for 12 hours because of that tweet. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Leftist freaks and leftist filth get to threaten President Trump 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They call Trump supporters the most vile, repugnant things on the planet. They threaten our lives. They threaten Trump's lives. And guess what? They do it on Twitter. And literally nothing happens to them. But someone comes out, just little old me in Houston, Texas, comes out and has support for the Hong Kong people and against what LeBron James did. And no, can't have that. That is actual repression. That is censorship. And we all know what side Twitter falls on and what the other social media giants fall on. And where do the citizens have recourse? We have recourse with our speech. We have recourse to speak out. But when platforms like Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Instagram and Pinterest, they start limiting what speech conservatives get to say, that's very scary, and it's absolutely happening. And for those of you who are just kind of awakening to this, the Trump movement, or maybe are becoming involved in the walkaway movement, which God bless Brandon Straka for doing that, it is so important that we never back down. We don't give these fascists an inch. They think that we're the fascists? Hardly. I have never defriended, blocked, or anything a friend, a family member, if they don't agree with me. I've had that happen to me. I know you've had that happen to you. The conservatives are the tolerant ones. The liberals are the ones who are the intolerant ones, and we know that. So before I make this video too much longer, I just want to say thank you for coming along this little journey on my fledgling channel, and I promise it's going to get cooler if I can ever figure out how to work editing software. We'll see. Anyway, thanks for checking in with Angela's Soapbox this week, and I do try and publish on Wednesdays, so check back in next Wednesday, and please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and all the other blah, 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 blah to what they want you to do. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.